What is up, everybody? All right, bro. We're gonna have ourselves a little show here today. You know what I mean? But it's saddening. The Packers lost the San Francisco 49ers. But I want to give a quick shout out, real quick, one time to Quick Trip. All right, Quick Trip has been holding it down with the Matt Remich show since the whole season. All right, I want to give a big shout out to Quick Trip, and I actually have something. A little. Where is this? You can get this shirt, people. If you want this shirt, you can get it. To get this shirt, all you gotta do is go to quicktripmerch.com, spend $20, and use promo code Matt. They will redirect you to pick your size. All right, and you get a free shirt. Spend $20. They got a lot of cool stuff on the app or on their store. Spend $20, get a pair of socks, get a lot of cool stuff that they have over there at quicktripmerch.com. And you can get yourself a brand new free green and yellow Quick Trip shirt. Go get you something, you know what I mean? Go get you a brand new fancy little shirt. But we're going to talk about a little bit. We're going to talk about some stuff. See if I can figure out this stuff. This is a brand new application that I'm using. All right, so everyone's comments will be, everyone's comments is going to be over here. Where is it? It's over here. And I'll bring some comments in. I'm going to let everyone have their say. Everyone's a little bit upset. Everyone's got their thoughts and feelings on what's going on. We're going to bring up some stuff that Matt LaFleur said during his press conference. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff, people. This is going to be a very, very long offseason. All right, this is going to be people thought last season was going to be a long offseason. This season is going to be a very long offseason. I appreciate everyone who tuned into me this whole season. Big shout out to Quick Trip, like I said, holding it down with me. This is a very, very small show. All right. I'm very, very honored to be teamed up with Quick Trip. Very, they don't have to team up with a small guy like me, but they did. So big shout out to Quick Trip. That was like my main goal when I very first started doing this show, is teaming up with Quick Trip. And they were cool enough to do it. I got to meet Rashawn Gary this year, did a little social media type commercial video thing with him this year. It was very cool. Everything that I've done with Quick Trip this season has been very awesome. All right, let me turn my ringer off. I got messages coming in. But let's talk about some Green Bay Packers, people. And let me know how you feel about the chat situation I got going over here, because I think it's a pretty cool thing. So let's get to the chat. Let's talk to some people. What is up, Mark? Thank you for tuning in, bro. All right. So I want to get to some of the chat, and then we're going to get to some of the topic. You know what I mean? Is Aaron Rodgers going to be a Green Bay Packer next season? Is Devontae Adams going to be a Green Bay Packer next season? What's going to happen next season? Are the Packers in rebuild mode? There's so many things that have to. All right. Rodgers said he won't hold out as long as this offseason, as I can't go through two in a row. So let me get. Yeah, I'm trying to get to the and real man. Hey, I appreciate it. No, but the Green Bay Packers, that was a devastating moment. It was. I was there for a role before we get into all that. What's going to happen next season? Let me tell you about my game day. All right, because my game day was the Packers lost until the very end. It was so awesome. That was one of the most fun games I've ever been to. I was in row 3, just outside the end zone, on the side of the end zone. My section was so lit. First of all, my wife went with her boss. So my wife went to the game. I went with someone else, a buddy of mine from Twitter. But my section was so lit, bro. I was out there let's go. I was on the end row. Anybody who's been to a Lambeau Field knows how important it is to be on the end row. I was on seat 1. So I was just standing out in the aisle most of the time. I had so much room. Nobody sat in my section the whole game. It was lit. Just Packer fans just lighting up. we had one 49er fan who I got to talk to. He was a good dude. He was a good dude. Anybody who follows me on Facebook who watched, because I was live on Facebook for the last like minute or two of the game, coming down the field, and the whole last second field goal. I was live, and you should definitely go check that video out, because that video is that video was so extra. Like after like the game was over, the Packers lost, whatever. There's a lot of things that happened with that, but it was so fun. I met so many cool people. It was so awesome. I mean, the loss, like, it was brutal. It was brutal, but I had such a good time. It's so many awesome people. So many awesome people. Let's get to some of these comments, and then we're gonna get to some of the topics. All right, well, here we go. Here. 4 minutes to win the game. Oh God, Rodgers. And this is the thing. I'm gonna let a lot of people, like, whether I agree. I'm not saying I agree or disagree with that, but I'm gonna let everyone just have their say. You know what I mean? Dude, do you think the Packers sign Rodgers and trade Love? I'm not sure, like, what happens next year. I really do not know. Like, Matt LaFleur, like, I'm going to get to a bunch of this. He said they are not in rebuild. He said the Green Bay Packers not in rebuild mode. I tweeted this out not that long ago. The Packers do not rebuild. The Packers don't rebuild. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. Is Aaron Rodgers going to be a part of the Green Bay Packers next year? Like, I don't know. And I do agree with David over here. I think a lot of comments that are on the screen are a little bit behind. This is my first time using this like live chat thing. But yeah, Lazard was wide open. Alan Lazard was wide open. So like, yeah, you wish that Aaron Rodgers would have thrown to him. I don't know what's going on. I'm not going to go on here and just like trash Aaron Rodgers or trash any Packer player. But like, yeah, dude, Alan Lazard was wide open. You wish you'd have thrown to him, because that game could have been a lot different. You know what I mean? It could have been a lot different. But it wasn't. So let's get to some of the stuff that I'm talking about. All right. Be sure, like, while you're here, subscribe, follow, whatever. If you're on YouTube, be sure to subscribe. If you're on Facebook, be sure to follow if you're not following. But yeah, the Green Bay Packers fall to the 49ers. I was not ready for this. I was not ready for the Packers to lose that game. I fully thought that they were going to win. As anybody who follows me knows, I talked a little bit of trash. So like this, the last few days, yesterday was just full of 49er fans, people coming in, talking trash, getting at me a little bit. And that's what football is. When you run your mouth a little bit like I do, they're going to come at you a little bit. But what I'm not okay with, what I'm not okay with is Bears and Viking fans coming at me. Bro, your teams were so bad that you had to fire your coach and GM. So worry about that before you come to me. And I get it, you're going to come at me. But like, dude, I'll accept criticism. I'll accept trash talk from the Niners fans and like a lot of other fans. But Bears and Viking fans, I do not accept it. Because your teams are trash. They fired everybody over there. They're rebuilding. All right. The Packers are not in rebuild mode, although it doesn't look fantastic right now for the Packers. We'll see what happens. There's going to be a lot of time, a lot of conversations about, are the Green Bay Packers in rebuild mode? Is Aaron Rodgers coming back? Is Devontae Adams coming back? Are a lot of these guys coming back? We don't know. It is yet to be seen. But like Bears and Viking fans, come on. So like I see people in the chat over here talking about like, go Rams, go this team, go that team. So who do you got? Dude, they are so toxic. Dude, they are so toxic. But who do we got going forward? Like we got the Bengals. The Bengals are a team that I'm actually really excited about seeing, because I'm kind of old. And I remember the Bengals, they sucked for so many years, you know what I mean? And then, you know, back in the day, they had Carson Palmer, they had Ocho Cinco. I'm excited, like, you know, can the Bengals like do something this offseason, or that can they win a Super Bowl? I think that'd be really cool to see the Bengals do that. But you know what I mean? Who day? I will never represent another fan base other than the Packers, but I think it's cool. You know what I mean? I think it'd be for Bengals fans. Matt, we need to keep Aaron and trade up to get a Love to pair with Devontae. All right. Let me. I'm trying to get to these comments, but they're coming so quick. All right, we go. We got Rams and Chiefs. So that's who you think is going to go to the Super Bowl. The Chiefs Bills game was like so crazy. It was so wild. And next week for everyone watching, we'll be live streaming both those championship games because I'll have my little point of view on it. I think it's gonna be some crazy games. But dude, yeah, it's brutal. I've had some people come at me and say like you're not sad and you're not. Dude, I was devastated. This Packers, I was devastated. But like, you know what I mean? Like we gotta keep removing. You know what I mean? I did not expect the Packers. I didn't expect the Packers to be. I didn't expect the Niners to be in this game in the fourth quarter. Like it was so. But I was in the third row, so it's hard like to see the whole like feel of the game. You know what I mean? Like when you watch the game on TV or you watch it like in the seats I normally see it in. But like in third row, like you don't see a lot. Especially I was down by the end zone, which were great seats. I had so much fun. But like you don't. A lot of the stuff that I saw like after like the clips and stuff, like I didn't see that like during the game. Let's get to some of these comments. Tony says we won't even get to the playoffs without Rodgers. See, here's the thing, because I was talking about this earlier. The Packers are built around Aaron Rodgers. They're built around Aaron Rodgers. And if Aaron Rodgers isn't there, which I'm not saying he shouldn't be, I'm not saying trade Aaron Rodgers. That is not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying when that situation does occur, that Aaron Rodgers is not the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers, the Packers team will be built a lot different. The play calling will be a lot different. You know what I mean? Like they'll be run heavy. They'll be play good defense. The Packers defense played great in that game. The Packers defense played good enough to win that game. Special teams did not. The offense did not. That's just what it is. Special teams, obviously, no one's like, arguing that point. But the offense did not. The offense did not play good enough. Aaron Rodgers did not play good enough to win a playoff game. That's just what it is. I'm not trashing Aaron Rodgers, just saying whatever, trade him or anything. I'm just saying that's what it is. The Packers defense played good enough to win that game. And it's usually the defense, in the last 15 years, 10, 15 years, the Packers defense drug down the Packers, the whole team. The Packers defense did their job. Packers offense did not. You know what I mean? Let's get some comments here. Andy said, love that point, man. I totally agree. 49ers are winning with a trash quarterback and best in class defense, but they make it work. Yeah, dude, that's what it is. It's like, okay. Bobby says, because they can't win a playoff game against the Niners. And dude, as much as it hurts me to say that, dude, it is like, what is it about the 49ers the Packers can't get past them? It is freaking brutal. There's no, I don't understand it. The Niners don't have a quarterback. Jimmy Garoppolo is not a good quarterback. He's not even average to me. But whatever reason, special teams, the Packers floundered. Special teams, you could say the Niners, their special teams did a good job. Their defense did a good job. But no one's scared of Jimmy G. I saw that video, Jimmy G, F the Packers, just and that with Robbie Gold at the end of the game. They win, they get to talk their trash. But that video really irks me because Jimmy G did nothing. Jimmy G is not scaring anyone. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. The Niners beat the Packers. You know what I mean? Their fans get to talk trash. And I'll accept that. You know what I mean? But so let's see some of your comments over here. Let me run through this. They're coming by quick over here. Let me slide down a little bit. All right. Well, this is the comment that I want to talk about. Lazard was wide open. Lazard was coming across the middle. He threw it. Aaron Rodgers threw it deep to Davante Adams. Like, was he forcing it to Davante Adams? I think so. Like, obviously, I don't know the reason. Like, maybe the comfort level, whatever you want to call it. He's got to hit. He's got to hit Lazard. If he hits Lazard, the game's possibly over. The Green Bay Packers possibly win that game if he just hits Allen Lazard. And that is what will keep people up at night. That is what people will be talking about who actually watched this game. But all right, so we got Brian says we got this. We are the best team in the NFL. Yeah, I mean, are you talking about the future? Because like the future, like we will see, because this was the Packers' opportunity. I said the same thing last season. It's the same thing as last season. Like the best team did not win that game. You got to give props to the team that did win that game. But like the Packers were set up to win. You know what I mean? Like the Packers were the best team. Won to that game. Minus the special teams, the defense did their job. Everyone was talking this defense is going to do this. No, they're going to run on it. They're going to do this and that. Defense did their job. Offense did not show up, bro. And that is what is like really infuriating to me. I mean, Ellie says, I'm proud of our guys. Keep the locker room and go at it again. Like, if they can, yeah, go at it again. If they can figure it out, how to keep Aaron Rodgers, get Davante Adams paid. But like, dude, there are some salary cap situations. There are some salary cap situations. So like, ask you, will Aaron Rodgers be a Packer next season? Like, I don't know, because Matt LaFleur said, so I want to bring some of these comments up over here. So let me. Matt LaFleur said on the state of the Packers, there's no plan to rebuild. And I tweeted this out earlier. I said the Packers do not rebuild. The Packers don't rebuild. They haven't in the last 30 years. Like, 70s and 80s, the Packers did their thing. Like they were atrocious. But like whether Aaron Rodgers comes back or not, I don't feel like the Packers are going to rebuild. They're going to try to. If Aaron Rodgers is not there, if it is Jordan Love or if it's someone else through a trade, if they don't believe in Jordan Love, the Packers aren't about to rebuild. This Packers defense, I feel like they can get enough guys back on defense that this defense could be special next year. And then you maneuver a whole different way. You know what I mean? But Matty LaFleur is saying no plan for a rebuild. You know what I mean? Let's see over here. Alex says Jimmy G is the jock that walks into a group assignment, but the group gets an A. All right. I ain't gonna talk too much trash about Jimmy G because he did win, but it's not because of him, you know what I mean? Better off lucky than good sometimes. That, you know what I mean? I wouldn't say lucky because that team came to play, you know what I mean? So I'm not gonna trash too much, but I mean, I just felt like the better team did not win that game. All right, so hang on. Let me oh yeah, I think I already did that. This is a professional podcast, people. No, what I'm trying to do here. All right. Let's get some all right, here we go. We got some more stuff over here. Matt LaFleur said GM Brian Gutekunst and negotiator Russ Ball have a plan to deal with $40 million plus in cap over it and thinks they won't have to gut the team. But he said there's definitely will be some tough decisions. Yeah, see, there's going to be some tough decisions when it comes to Green Bay Packers. Like, who's going to go? Who's going to stay? If they keep Aaron Rodgers, that's going to be a big cap hit. So, like, yeah, if they do get to keep Aaron Rodgers, who else is going to go? Like, this team is going to look a little bit different next year. There's going to be a lot of decisions. There's going to be a lot of time through this offseason to like figure out like who's here, who's not. But like, there's going to be sometimes. That is why this game, like the same thing went last year, man. This team was special. This team was good. And it's so infuriating that they couldn't win a playoff game. This was a good football team. Talk about the special teams. Yeah, they sucked. The special teams really sucked, but the offense has got to score more than 10 points. That shouldn't even matter. The offense has to score more than 10 points right there. It's just infuriating. But let's get to some more of these tweets over here before we get to the comments. Matt LaFleur says Packers organization are all on same page wanting Aaron Rodgers back next. Every conversation I've been involved with Goody and Russ and Mark, we're all on the same page there. There's no debate. So they're saying like, yo, they're, you know what I mean? They're all in on Aaron Rodgers coming back. So the Green Bay Packers front office, the team, they're all in on Aaron Rodgers coming back to the Green Bay Packers. So there's been a lot of talk like today. Like I've been reading my comments, I've been reading Twitter, I've been reading all the things. A lot of fans, like, and myself included, was like, I was very doubtful that Aaron Rodgers is coming back next season to the Green Bay Packers, whether it's retirement, whether maybe it's a possible trade. But people need to realize if Aaron Rodgers doesn't play for the Packers next year, it's through a trade. You see a lot of people who seem to think he's a free agent. Aaron Rodgers is not a free agent next year. If he leaves the Green Bay Packers, it is through a trade. Like, I think that he has some say on it. And I think, you know, like, they're not going to trade him somewhere he doesn't want to go because he could just say, well, I'll retire then. There's a whole thing. But, like, the Green Bay Packers are all in on him being back. Aaron Rodgers said he's not about a rebuild. So, like, we'll see, like, what happens. There's so much time. There's so much time to see, like, what they're going to do here. All right, let's get to one more here. Matt LaFleur just made it clear everyone is in on the same, basically the same tweet. Everyone in Green Bay's leadership wants Aaron Rodgers in 2020. So, like, that's just what it is. Everybody in the front office is saying they want Aaron Rodgers back. So let me ask you. Well, let's get to some of these comments. Let me ask you, do you want Aaron Rodgers back next season? I'm gonna let anybody in the chat who whether I agree with you, whether I disagree with you, I'll say it at the end. We'll talk about it. We got I agree, Patrick. It looks like he is not all in. Like, I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about there. Dude, I am actually looking on the wrong stuff over here. You can't leave without a right. Dude, the thing is, I'm not sure how good this is. I think there's a huge one out over here. But we're working through it, you know what I mean? Rodgers will be a Bronco next year. The thing is, if he's going to be traded, he's going to be traded to the AFC. The Packers are not trading. I saw people talking, well, they're going to trade him to the 49ers. Like, why the hell would they do that? The Packers are not trading Aaron Rodgers to the 49ers. And I hope it's not the Denver Broncos because I can't stand Bronco fans. All last year talking about, oh, Aaron Rodgers is going to be a Packer, this and that, or going to be a Bronco. And people talking about, like, all right, Webster said you can't replace him. Like, when can you ever replace a Hall of Fame quarterback? Like, the Packers would have to change up how they play offense. You know what I mean? They would have to change. Like, they'd have to play good defense, run the ball. Whoever the quarterback is, isn't going to be Aaron Rodgers. They played a short game. They played a screen game. They played a running game. Take their shots downfield. I absolutely think the Packers can be, you know, competitive next year. Like, whenever you look at who wins the Super Bowl, right? When the Packers won the Super Bowl XLV, when the Packers won Super Bowl 45, look at when the Giants won their Super Bowls. Look at a lot of the teams that win Super Bowls. it's that hot team. Like the Niners were hot. You know what I mean? Coming into this game, they were hot. Like they had to win a bunch of games to get here. It's not always the flashiest quarterback. Not always that veteran quarterback that has all that. Sometimes it's just a team that plays good defense and run the ball. And they have Jimmy G is no flashy quarterback. Has anyone drafted Jimmy G in fantasy football ever? Like, it's just not. I feel like it's just it's who's hot. Like, that game was brutal. Like the special teams, like the block punt and like the whole thing, just brutal. Like it shouldn't have been. We got get value while you can, let them go, and that is one way to take it. Like, do the Packers trade Aaron Rodgers? Just try to get as much as they can for him, and then just move on. And that might be what happens. You know what I mean? It could be what happens, but I don't know. Like, dude, my voice is so gone from going to that game. I was yelling the whole time. My voice is not all there. But that could be like what they do. Like, I don't know. The Packers and Aaron Rodgers are going to have a decision to make. Aaron Rodgers talked about it. He said by free agency time, he will make a decision whether he retires or whether he plays, and they'll have a conversation if Aaron Rodgers wants to keep playing. But dude, I just love this game. Well, let's get to there we go. What would you trade him for? Like, I don't know. Like, you would trade him for like the most someone would give you. Ron chimes in. I would trade Rodgers to Tennessee for 2 first rounders. I'm not sure that's enough. I'm not sure it's enough. Ron King, big shout out. I know you got your own podcast thing going on over there. Big shout out to you. But I'm not sure that's enough. 2 first rounders. I'm not sure that's enough of what the Packers do. Most likely what happened to Peyton Manning. It is a lot, like, compared to like what happened to Peyton Manning. But like, dude, this team was stacked. Like, I'm not trying to talk trash about Aaron Rodgers, but I'm gonna say something. Like, through this whole thing, Aaron Rodgers, he wanted a little bit of say. That's what everyone was talking about. And they went and got Randall Cobb. They're trying to make him happy. This whole past offseason, they wanted to make Aaron Rodgers happy. That's what it was about. Saying, we want Aaron Rodgers back. Come back and we'll do this thing. And then they played the season. They had a great season. But come playoff time, the offense didn't do it, bro. The offense didn't do good enough. I love Aaron Rodgers. I love this team. I'm not trashing Aaron Rodgers, but when you kind of demand all that, and then you come into the playoff game, and that's what happens, you score 10 points, you're expected to score more than 10 points. Like, the defense did their job. The special teams was trash, but you expect more from your fame MVP, conversation quarterback. He's probably going to win MVP. You expect more. Like, the offense need to score more than 10 points in a playoff game. Is what it is. So, like, people, like, I love Aaron Rodgers. I defend Aaron Rodgers so much on this show, on this podcast, on this, all my live stuff. I defend Aaron Rodgers to the death. I get called like a Aaron Rodgers, like, people like say so much stuff. I defend him, but like, you have to score more than 10 points in that game. You have to. Defense was fantastic. The defense played good enough to win. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, like Aaron Rodgers is not without fault. I'm not saying like trashmen say like, oh, they should, whatever. But Aaron Rodgers, like, you expect more from him. You just do. When you're in that situation, defense is doing their thing. Special teams did what they did. The special teams played about as bad as any special teams can play. I think it was like the worst special teams play of all time. I think that's like a legit stat. It's just, that game should have been won. If he hits Lazard going across the middle, it's won. I love Aaron Rodgers. I defend Aaron Rodgers to the death, but like, you have to just, like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that they should trade Aaron Rodgers. I think the best thing for the Packers is obtaining Aaron Rodgers for like a cap situation. Like in this offseason, I will have smart cap people come on and talk about, logistics on the money part. I mean, because I ain't that guy. But if Jordan Love is that dude, if Jordan Love does play next year, I'm Jordan Love. I'm all in for every player that's playing for the Packers. I am going to root for, to celebrate, to like cheer on and do all the things for whoever's playing quarterback for the Packers. I would like it to be Aaron Rodgers, because Aaron Rodgers is a Hall of Famer. He's a good quarterback. He's been that dude. But like, I also don't think he's without criticism. You know what I mean? Everyone is. All right, we got a comment over here. We got Matt. Can you play quarterback? I cannot. I cannot play quarterback. I can barely podcast. You know what I mean? We got a lot. I think people are talking to each other. I think he might win another team, but that's just what it is. I think this game was brutal, and like after this stream, I will never talk about this game again. I will never talk about this game again. There's gonna be a lot of conversations this year. Is Devontae Adams coming back? Like David Bakhtiari, like that was a weird thing. This whole season, David Bakhtiari was like, maybe he'll come back next week. Like it was like the whole year. Will David Bakhtiari come back in? Like, did they like not know how bad the injury was, or were they trying to throw off the other teams? Like, what was it? Because David Bakhtiari, like the whole season, was like, is he coming back? Like, I thought he was gonna play this game. Like, I was in the third row by the end zone. Offensive linemen were working out right by me, right? So I wasn't on Twitter this whole day. I wasn't on social media on Saturday. We were, pre-game, and we were doing all the things. Then we saw the offensive lineman working out, and I was like, I don't see David Bakhtiari. And then we kind of saw someone who looked like David Bakhtiari in street clothes. That's when I posted. I was like, I don't think David Bakhtiari's playing, you know what I mean? But like this season did not end how I wanted to. But I will say I had an absolute blast at that game. My section was lit, bro. We had so much fun. We had a Niner fan over there. Actually, after the game, people were cussing them, yelling at them. I congratulated him. I was like, yo, good game, whatever. Have your fun. Like, do your thing. But, like, bro, that game should not have ended like how it ended. But it is. You know what I mean? Let's get to some of these comments. If we beat the Niners, you think we had a chance with the Rams? I do. If the Packers played their best football, there's no team in the NFC that can beat them. I say NFC because I watched that Bills Chiefs game. That's some good football right there. But there's no team in the NFC that can beat the Packers if they play their best football. If the offense played their football, played their game, that defense did their job. Even with the special teams, what they are, the Packers can beat any team in the NFC. I full-heartedly believe that. But they didn't do that. The offense didn't do their job that day. I love the Green Bay Packers, but the offense didn't do their job. And I think if you ask them, and they were completely honest, they would say the same thing. You know what I mean? Let's get some comments. Rodgers owns Stafford. Rams are not. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, but like it doesn't even make sense because the Rams are moving on. Packers are not. So like, you know what I mean? Can't talk yet. We knew special teams would screw us, and it happened. Yeah, like that's what it is. A lot of people, everyone knew the special teams was not ideal. The special teams was not good. I didn't think it would go like that though. Like who thought that would go like that? I mean, like I don't think anyone thought it would go like that. Tony says the offense definitely didn't do what they should have, but to throw slander their way isn't what true fans do. I'm not throwing slander, but like you have to just say like what you see. Like I'm not throwing slander. I love Aaron Rodgers. I love like this whole offense, and I'll say this real quick for the fans who are like DMing players, like Aaron Jones got some DMs that were just slanderous and like just talking trash. I think that's not what that's not what fans do. And if you DM a player or tag a player on Twitter and you're just trashing and talking trash, I think you're a piece of crap. I don't think that you're a real fan. You should not be, especially DMing players. Just saying all types of craziness. I love the Green Bay Packers. I support the Packers. Support every single player. But like, if you're gonna talk like that, the offense didn't do what they were supposed to do. Not slandering them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what am I supposed to say? Like, am I supposed to? Like, people always say that I'm always just like, I'm so biased and I'm so, I'm always happy and go lucky. But like, you have to say what it is. Like, the offense didn't do their part. You can't score 10 points and then say, oh, the offense did their job. They didn't do their job. I love them, but they didn't do their job. You know what I mean? There's plenty of times at my job, I don't do my job either. You know what I mean? It's just one fumble and the offense shut down. Like, I don't know. Like, that's the thing with the Packers. It's like sometimes, like in playoff games, there are certain players who don't normally make mistakes that end up making mistakes. Like Mercedes Lewis, I love Mercedes Lewis. Everyone loves Mercedes Lewis. He's a great player. He's a great leader. Like, he's a great, all the things. He fumbled. I'm not gonna trash him for that. Like, it shouldn't have been like, they shouldn't have lost because of it. Like, the offense just couldn't get it going. Maybe that's credit to the Niners. You know what I mean? But like, the offense couldn't get it running. And like, you know what I mean? Like, let's get something. Matt, you think Aaron has enough in the tank to win another one? I do. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is done by any means. I don't think Aaron Rodgers. I don't think he sucks. I don't think his career is over. Like, he may choose to retire, but Aaron Rodgers definitely could come back and have a season, whether it's with the Packers or with someone else. I do not think Aaron Rodgers is done at all. Like, not even close. If Stokes catches that pick six opportunity in the fourth quarter, that's game. Nobody talks about it though. I was at the game, so I didn't see. I saw some highlights, but I couldn't bring myself to watch the full game over again because it was just brutal. Like, all day yesterday, I just like laid down. I was like, it was brutal. Like I said, like, my voice is like still like not there because of all the screaming and yelling I did. But yeah, there was a lot of things that could have happened that the Packers could have won that game, and nobody's talking about a lot of these things. You know what I mean? And like I say, I'm not trashing Aaron Rodgers. I'm not trashing the offense. Just saying, like, they didn't play like up to their standards. I love all these guys. Like, you know what I mean? All season long, I've been rooting on and screaming and yelling, defending the Packers. And I'll still do that all off season. But the fact of the matter is, in this game, the Packers offense didn't do enough to win the game. The defense did. Special teams did not. You know what I mean? And it's just what it is, dude. We got here. Adams 21 targets, others 3. Like, I don't know if that's an actual number, but I believe it. But like, you can't have that. If that's anywhere near close to a real number, you can't have that. You can't have a team just targeting one guy, even though Davante Adams, as great as he is. A lot of the times when you target Davante Adams, it's going to be the right decision. You know what I mean? But that's not winning football. You got to spread that ball around. You can't let them know like where it's coming from. What a performance by Rashawn Gary. Get him on the show and sue. Dude, Rashawn Gary, let me talk to you for a minute. Come on the show. Everyone wants to talk to you. Everyone wants to hear what you want to say. I love me some Rashawn Gary. I got a Rashawn Gary jersey for Christmas, but I couldn't wear it because Preston Smith jersey was good luck. It did me well during the season. I love me some Preston Smith. So I had to rock that Preston Smith jersey. I have no regrets for it. I love Preston Smith. I felt like I was bringing them good vibes. You know what I mean? But I love me some Rashawn Gary. Rashawn Gary is welcome on the show at any time. So is Preston Smith. So is a lot of the players. I love these dudes. You know what I mean? I've been yelling and screaming for these dudes all season. I'm a Packer fan through and through. You know what I mean? And let me just say this. When it comes to like being a Packer fan, I feel like there's no choice. Like, I don't have a choice to be a Packer fan. Like win or loss, whatever, playoffs or not playoffs, doesn't matter. I grew up in a house that you were just a Packer fan. Like it wasn't like a choice. Like I never like woke up one day like I'm gonna be a Packer fan. No, I was. It's in your blood. Like you just born into it. Like you didn't have a choice. I was born. You know, I was a Packer fan at a time when being a Packer fan wasn't cool. Like they weren't winning. They sucked. It was the 80s. I was born in 79. The Packers didn't start winning until I was like almost a teenager. You know what I mean? So like I grew up. I remember watching Packer games in my house at a very like my earliest memories where my whole uncles, everyone's coming over to the house watching the Packers. They sucked. So like they would make bets on first down because they were they were gamblers. You know what I mean? But like, dude, I love the Green Bay Packers, and I will forever. And I'll talk about the Packers till the day I die. We're gonna do this thing the whole offseason. We're gonna have live shows all offseason talking about this Packer stuff because I love the Green Bay Packers. I'm not a Packer fan by choice. I'm a Packer fan just because that's just what there was not a choice, bro. Let's get some of these comments over here. Got one over here. I want to show. Okay. That was not the one I was trying to. There we go. How cold did it really feel for the offense playing the weather? See, to me, let's talk about this weather here for a minute. See, I was geared up, right? I was geared up for the weather. I had like 3 hoodies. I had gloves, lost my gloves, bought new gloves. I had a hat, like I had a neck thing going on. Like I was all ready for the weather. It wasn't that cold to me. Like I'm from Wisconsin. Like I didn't wear my gloves during the game. Like I was way overdressed. I was way extremely. I'm not saying like for the guys on the field, like I don't know how it felt to them. I'm not an athlete. I have no idea how it feels to play football in the cold, but it wasn't that cold to me. I was extremely overdressed. So like how it felt to them, I have no idea. But for me, I was severely overdressed. I wish I'd have worn less. I was actually hot at times. I had hand warmers. I had heated socks that I never used. I mean, I used my socks. I just never plugged them in to get heated. I just didn't need it. I had heated, I had hand warmers I never used. I had all types of stuff. I was not cold throughout that game. I was just not cold. It was not all that cold. But let's get it. Someone said trade for Goff. See, a lot of these people who are talking about trading Aaron Rodgers and then they add a quarterback. If the Packers trade Aaron Rodgers, it's because it's not for a quarterback. Like they have Jordan Love, and if they trade Aaron Rodgers, that's who they're going to roll with. I would have to think. Why would they trade for another quarterback? I don't think they would trade for him. There would be a little bit of a fight. Like this offseason would probably get a little bit dirty if they didn't think that that Jordan Love was ready. You know what I mean? Packers should trade for Jerry. What is this? All right. Absolutely not. First of all, gotta rock the ice fishing suit to Lambeau. Yeah, like I bought all new stuff because like my wife went to the Packer game with her boss. Her boss is from California. She's a Niners fan. Good people. They their flight got all screwed up. They lost all their luggage. They barely got there in time. It was a wild mess, but they had a good time, and big shout out to them because it was cool to meet them. But yeah, for them it was such a horrible thing. So let me get to this comment real quick. Trade Rodgers for Herbert. That's not going to happen. First of all, I don't think they wouldn't do that. They would not trade Justin Herbert for Aaron Rodgers, and not because Aaron Rodgers is whatever. Justin Herbert is a young talent. Aaron Rodgers is an aging great. You know what I mean? So that would just not. In the words of Nags, Felipe hit in that pipe too early. Big shout out to Aaron Nagler, you know what I mean? But yeah, that is, I totally agree. That's just, like, yeah, so what are we doing here? Trade Rodgers for Allen. Yeah, like, let's trade him for Patrick Mahomes. I know you were kidding there. But let's just trade him for Patrick Mahomes. Like, you know, there's certain All right. Each beer drank increases perceived temperature by 40 degrees. And that is it because I was drinking heavily. That's all you'll say. Read this comment while I take a drink. You know what I mean? Bring Favre back, they say. And I know you're joking. But we've been spoiled for 30-some years. The future worries me. And lightning strike again with another quarterback. Like, I don't know. Because, like, let's say, I'm not saying that Jordan Love is the next Aaron Rodgers. I'm not saying Jordan Love is going to be MVP. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. We don't know. And we don't know that he's going to play next year. Like, figure this thing out where they can keep all these guys and do all these things. But we don't know. You know what I mean? And there's so much to be said before this. Like, this is my first stream since the Packer game. My first stream. And we don't know, like, what's going to happen. Can they tag, Devontae Adams? The Packers aren't notorious for tagging players. Can they tag him? Can they trade him? Can they play him? Like, what are they going to do? Is Aaron Rodgers going to come back? David Bakhtiari, I assume, come next season, he's going to be ready to go. He's going to be ready to roll. Rashawn Gary, I think, is going to beast out. Is Zadarius Smith going to be there? Probably not. Zadarius Smith kind of already said his goodbyes on Instagram. Thank you, Green Bay. So I don't think Zadarius Smith plans on being a Green Bay Packer next year. And this is the interesting comment right here. I wouldn't mind Russell Wilson, he's saying. And there's a lot of talk because I think Russell Wilson is testing the old free agent market. But like that, dude, this offseason is just gonna be so wild, bro. Like, you can't even like try to like guess and like figure out like what's gonna happen. We don't know. No? Like, we don't know. I'm trying to bring up some of these comments. All right. Tag, I assume, like, Devontae. Like, people are saying, like, tag him. Like, the Packers aren't notorious for doing that. We'll see. Packers should trade for Kirk Cousins and sign Andy Dalton. Get out of here. I got to start reading these comments before I put them on there. I really don't read them. Packers can trade for next. See, like, what's going on? What's going on? Who's watching this stream? But a lot of people, happy that. All right, so before we cut out of this thing, I want to know from the people, who's going to win the NFC Championship game? Who's going to win the AFC Championship game? Who's going to the Super Bowl? And while y'all are here, be sure to tune in. I will be live for the championship games, and we're going to have a good time. You know what I mean? But I think it's going to be, what do we got over here? We got the Chiefs are going to play the Bengals. I honestly, I want the Bengals to win that game. I want the Bengals to win that game. I think it'd be cool for Bengals fans. Bengals fans who are like ride or die, they've been through some stuff. You know what I mean? They've been through some stuff. Well, like, let's get the Bengals in the Super Bowl. That's what I want. I think everyone wants that. And then the Rams. I know I made a Facebook post saying, congrats, Niners, go win it next week. But no, I don't want that. I would like to see Matthew Stafford in a Super Bowl. It's an interesting thing with the Rams. Because the Rams went all in. If they get to the Super Bowl, like, a lot of teams are going to want to talk about that. But when you talk about trading for Aaron Rodgers or possibility of Aaron Rodgers getting traded, you talk about like the Bucks. They went and got Brady. You talk about the Rams, how they traded for Matthew Stafford. And you talk about, the Packers potentially trading Rodgers and that stock, how that will rise because it shows that, going for that quarterback can get you that ring. You know what I mean? So, like, we will see. I think it's going to be Bengals and Rams. To get to some of these comments. I see a lot of haters. Bengals and Rams, Monica, I totally agree with you. I think it's going to be the Bengals and Rams, or I want it to be the Bengals and Rams, I should say. But I think it's we got the opposite over here from Todd. He says 49ers and Chiefs, and that could be as well. what it is. You know what I mean? But yeah. Okay, let's talk about this before we cut out of this. Do the overtime rules need to be changed? Do the overtime rules need to be changed? And I will tell you this. This is my opinion on the overtime rules, because I do think they absolutely need to be changed. And people are saying, like, oh, the overtime rules are fine in the regular season when it's the Jaguars playing the Jets or whatever. But when it's, a big game, then everyone wants the rules to change. No, the rules should always have been changed. I don't care if it's my team. You can't just complain about the overtime rules when your team loses. All right? So that's the point. My team didn't have this fight. My team isn't in this race. That Chiefs and Bills game was one of the greatest playoff games of all time. All time. And it was tarnished because of the rules. And I totally agree with the people that say, well, there was 13 seconds left. Why did the Bills defense not do their job? Why did the Bills defense not shut them down? Because these offenses were lighting it up. And I agree with that a little bit. You know what I mean? I get that point of view. I think it's a great point. 13 seconds left. There was 2 minutes left, and there was I don't know how many points were scored. Both offenses were just lighting it up. You know what I mean? But I do think that, dude, I say, here's my playoff rule change. Play another quarter. And I get it that these players have, they put it all in 60 minutes. You know what I mean? And it's tough to play a whole another quarter. But I say you play another quarter. I saw Aaron Rodgers say, play another quarter, but make them play the backup quarterback. That adds a little spin to it. You know what I mean? That adds a little spin to it. But I'm not sure about that, although that is a fun scenario. I say you play another quarter. I don't care if it's 10 minutes, you make it 12 minutes, whatever it is. You play another quarter and, shortened or not, and see what happens at the end. And then if it's after that, then you go sudden death, whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? Say 3 points wins the game, whatever. Maybe even after you play a full quarter, you make it simplified. Each team gets a shot at the 2-yard line and see who gets it in, because these players' bodies are shot at some point. But I say you play a full quarter, and if a team can drag out a full quarter, whether it's a 10-minute quarter, whether it's a 12-minute quarter, whether it's 5th quarter, give it a shot. When you just say, hey, go down there and score a touchdown, I feel like that Bills-Chiefs game was tarnished. Such a great game. I felt like it was tarnished because the Bills didn't get a shot. And I get it, play defense. But I don't know, but that overtime rule just rubs me the wrong way. That was such a beautiful game. Such a great game. The Packers-Cardinals game back in the day, back in whatever year that was. I mean, I don't want to get into it. You know what I mean? I don't want to get into it. But dude, I feel like the rules need to be changed. Play a full quarter, play 12 minutes, play 13, play 10. I don't care. Whatever you decide on the time limit, I feel like the rule, it needs to be changed. It needs to be changed. So let's get to some comments over here. Hey, Matt Raymond, a bummer of a game next year, and also was awesome to meet you. Thanks again for the picture. I appreciate you, Andrew. And before I cut out this thing, I do want to say every single person that came up to me, asked for a picture, came up to me and said, what's up? Said, give me a high five, whatever, at the game. It is always so awesome to meet people. I was after the game, I lost my wife, bro. I lost my wife after the game. We got disconnected and she dropped her phone in the snow. We've been drinking. And so I'm on my phone trying to track her phone, you know what I mean? And her phone, she dropped it and someone picked it up. So I'm tracking someone else who just picked up her phone, and they actually reached out and they're sending her phone back to us. Good people. But so I'm tracking this phone. And then she calls me from another phone. She's on the whole other way. She says, hey, I lost my phone, but I'm over here. So I forgot where I was going with this. But yeah, it was such a crazy thing. Oh yeah, but as I'm looking for my wife, people jumping out of cars. Yo, you're Matt Ramage with this and that, whatever. And I'm meeting up with people. Dude, it is so awesome to meet people. And it's so cool that people actually want to meet me, want to take a picture of me, want to say what's up, want to drink a beer with me, want to do all the things. I truly appreciate everyone, and it is so fun. Talking Packers, doing this thing that we do, like it's just stupid that people actually like listening to me, like talking to me, like meeting me. It's ridiculous, and I have a good time with it. So, no, we're having a good time. Mike says, any quick trip today? I actually did not leave my house today. I did not. I know we got him, the comedian Ginger, one of my favorite people. My comment section. He says he's replying to someone. Ask Harris and Matt. Ask Megan. That is not a good comment to throw up there because I have no idea what they're talking about. But I'm gonna have him on there because I like to have comedians on here. You know what I mean? We're having a good time. Hey, I appreciate you, Bobby. I appreciate you. No, but it is very cool that people want to meet me and want to associate, and, have good things, interacting with me on this thing. This is my first time using this chat. The way I'm using it, I'll get better at it. It's not ideal tonight, but I appreciate talking with everyone. We're going to talk a lot through this offseason. It's unfortunate the way the Packers season ended. It is. It's brutal. It sucks. I encourage everyone to go to my Facebook and watch my live stream as that game ended. I can't repost it because there's a lot of F-bombs. I run a clean show, people. But there was a lot going on in that game. There was a Niner fan and there was someone else fighting. I was actually defending Niner fan a little bit because he was good people. And I think you should be allowed to celebrate when you win the game. I mean, you shouldn't be shut down, whatever. Enjoy your time. But love y'all. It is a good time. You know what I mean? We're going to do lots of these. I'm going to do so many. I'm going to try to get a lot of, before we cut out of this, I want to tell you, I want to try to get some comedians on this year. Not even just talking Packers, just talking to comedians, talking to other interesting people. It's always going to be about the Packers. I love the Green Bay Packers. My show is always going to be based around the Packers, but I want to also get some other people on here. I think having comedians on would be really cool because comedians are funny. They're fun. You know what I mean? I actually would like to. It's interesting. Like, how do you become like Charlie Barron's? A lot of other comedians who, Dusty Slay, guy who I've had conversations with through DMs, possibly coming on here. I think it'd be cool to understand the mind of comedians because comedy is so fun to me, so interesting, and a lot of other people. But it's always going to be based around the Pack, and not every single show, but it's always. I'm not ditching the Packers. That's all I'm saying. But I want to have a lot of fun shows. We're going to live stream some games. I want to do some Madden streams, games. But I just want to have fun this offseason. It's brutal. It's horrible. How the Packers lost. I'm shocked. I'm stunned. Shouldn't have happened the way it did. But you know what? I wanted to say I love the Packers. I love Aaron Rodgers. Love Aaron Jones. Love Rashawn Gary. Love this team. Love Matty LaFleur. Dude, I think they're building something good here. It's sad how it ended, but we're going to keep on rocking with the Green Bay Packers. I am a Packers owner, people, but I want to have some fun this offseason, do some other stuff as well. And I appreciate y'all rocking with me. All right. I had this on the whole time. Was there music playing this whole time? I didn't mean to have music playing this whole time. I forgot to turn it off. I had a couple beers with me, people. Hey, I appreciate y'all rocking with me, though. Go Pack Go. This is kind of a test stream anyways. But go Pack Go. I love all y'all. Thanks for tuning in. And go Pack Go, people. This next season. I hate to sound like a Cowboys fan. But next season, people. Next season. Let's get out this thing. You know what I mean?